What's up, guys? We are back with more information about Xbox. This is coming from VGC. The link is in the description if you'd like to read the entire article. It's going all around. Everyone's hearing about it. Xbox is cutting Game Pass prices and removing launch day Call of Duty games. So as we know already that Xbox has been having a lot of changes in development when it comes to new games, closing down studios, leadership. A lot of things have been changing with Microsoft and Xbox. And we know that the price has gone up with Xbox Game Pass, which a lot of people, are obviously not going to like. And I agree. It went up to $30, which is a lot of money for the monthly subscription for the Ultimate Game Pass. So if you use Game Pass, you're paying that $30 membership is a lot of money. And a lot of people like myself, I got rid of Xbox Game Pass, and I'm sure a lot of people did also. So it looks like they're bringing down the price to $23 a month. Is that a lot? I guess it could be to some people, but yeah, that is a pretty good portion of money down. It's below $25. So, well, let's kind of dive into it. There are going to be some things that are changing with the change to $23, which may or may not be a good thing for some gamers. So let's look into it and see what's going on. So guys, it says here, Xbox has announced price cuts from Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass and removed day one Call of Duty game launches from the service. Starting today, Game Pass Ultimate will cost $22.99, down from $29.99. PC Game Pass will now cost $14 a month, down from $16.49. So like I said, not great, but not too bad either. Xbox stated the Call of Duty games will no longer be made available on Game Pass Ultimate or PC games on day one, and will instead be added, quote, during the holiday season about a year later. Existing Call of Duty games already available on Game Pass will continue to be available. So yeah, guys, pretty much what's going to happen is, yeah, the prices are going down for Xbox Game Pass, which is a good thing, but now they're taking away Call of Duty on day one. It's going to come out a whole year after. I'm assuming, from what I heard, they spent a lot of money bringing those Call of Duty games to Game Pass, or they've also lost a lot of money bringing those games to Game Pass. Now, is it going to hurt a little bit for the people that like to play Call of Duty? I would say just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a big hit, because if you really do like Call of Duty, if you like those kind of games, you're probably just going to buy the game outright. So you can play it, whenever you want, and you don't have to pay a monthly fee to play it. You're probably just going to buy it outright. But, some people do play it. But I think that there's so many games on Xbox Game Pass that are outside the Call of Duty franchise that people do enjoy playing, that they'll probably still go back to Game Pass. Not that it's cut the prices down, which is, again, pretty good. But, everything, it's not going to be perfect, but I think it's going in the right direction with Ashley Sharma making this decision. I think it's a good decision on her part. So, we kind of have to see where it's going to go. Will I get Game Pass because of this? Probably not. Too many games I'm not really interested in playing right now. I got other games that I'm playing. Don't need another monthly membership. But for the Call of Duty guys, I would just say buy the game and don't worry about Game Pass. And it says right here, this marks a surprising policy change for Microsoft, which paid $68.7 billion for Call of Duty parent Activision Blizzard in 2023, which we all knew about, and fought a years-long legal battle against regulators focused on the future availability of the franchise, which we know that when they're going to spend that much money, we've known about 3 years ago, when they're going to spend that much money to buy this franchise, pretty much Call of Duty with Activision, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, all those games, which Call of Duty being the biggest game, they were going to bring that game to Game Pass. It was back and forth. They said it wasn't going to be on Game Pass too early, then it's now on Game Pass, now it's not going to be on Game Pass. They knew they were losing a lot of money from that. Instead of people buying the game, they're just going to buy maybe a couple months of the membership of Game Pass and play Call of Duty for a couple months and then get rid of it. But again, a $70 game could be $80 soon. That, Microsoft saw they're going to be losing money, or they have already lost money, and they, $68.7 billion, man. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of money, but I don't know. Microsoft, apparently they can print money, but it makes sense that they're going to take off that huge game. And you know, people are still gonna buy it. I think it's too popular. Call of Duty is still a very popular game that people, I don't think they might have seen the numbers, and they see that it's not gonna take much of effect of people not buying Call of Duty. It's still such a banger of a game. It's a very popular game. People are still gonna purchase it, and they don't need Game Pass for it. So I guess it's a win-win situation. But again, you know, people don't want to spend the money. You know, games are expensive. Times are tough for some people. Game Pass was really helping them out, but they brought the price down, but took Call of Duty away. I still believe that people will continue to play Call of Duty and just buy the game outright. It says the price cut comes shortly after Microsoft's newly appointed head of gaming, Asher Sharma, told employees that Game Pass had become too expensive for consumers. I mean, a blind person could see that. Just 6 months ago, Microsoft increased the price of its top Game Pass tier by 50% to $30. You know, that is just... It's crazy that they brought that thing up to $30, but you know what? It looks like it didn't last very long. So we'll definitely have to see what's in store in the future with Game Pass. But yeah, I think it's a good move on what's going on. And you know, and the last thing I'll read here says what Sharma wrote, quote, Game Pass Ultimate has become too expensive for too many players. We'll keep learning and evolving Game Pass to better match what matters to players. And yes, you know, people are they don't want to spend a lot of money. I mean, times are tough. Everything's going up. $30 is a lot of money to spend on Game Pass. Again, I just want to own a game and play when I feel like playing. When I had Game Pass, I felt like there were so many games coming out too often that the money wasn't adding up to how many games I was playing. I was playing like 1 or 2 games a month, and they would have like a whole catalog of games. I can't play all these games. I don't have time to do that, and I'm spending $25 a month to do that. I'd rather just buy one game, focus on it, pay the premium price, and that's it. Not a monthly price, but maybe I don't even have time to play it within that month. So for me personally, Game Pass was cool at first. It was a cool deal. I think it was really cool. I say cool a lot, that when it came out, it was a good deal, but as times go on, it's just more and more games comes out. There's so many variety of different games to play it, and it just kind of felt like filler, and I'm paying a monthly membership to barely even play these games that are on there. So for me personally, it didn't really hit. I didn't really need it, but Call of Duty, it kind of brought more players into Game Pass. But again, I believe that people will still buy Call of Duty without having to use Game Pass. They'll still buy the game outright because that's how popular the game is. But guys, what do you think? Do you have Game Pass? Are you excited? Or are you going to jump back on Game Pass? Did you cancel your membership? Are you going to go back on Game Pass now that it's like $24 a month or $23? It's still cheaper, you know, but are you fans of Call of Duty? Are you going to just buy Call of Duty and not even care about Game Pass? So there's 2 ways to see it. Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.